the traditional way of constructing a basic magic ghost number cube. I'm using an addition cube for this example, but it can be easily applied to a multiplication cube. You just change the operations from addition to multiplication. And also in the description to this video, I'll include the non-traditional new way I discovered, the fractal way of coming up with a magic ghost number cube. Number one, 6 primary numbers. I call them primary numbers because prime numbers is already a taken name label. So I call them 6 primary numbers. They are 6 numbers that encircle the 6 faces of a cube inside. And I used what I typically use: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I typically color them blue, but they can be up to you for what color they can be chosen. It's just best to color code the numbers differently so you can decipher what you're putting out there. Number 2, the central ghost number is, in addition form, the sum of all these primary numbers, the blue numbers. The central ghost number is 21. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 is 21. In the multiplication cube, that would be a whole lot more, because it'd be 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5 times 6. And I went ahead and I wrote the outer ghost numbers, 63. You don't have to, but it's best to do so because it gives you a clue of what you're looking for. And so I did that central and outer ghost numbers. I color red because they're related to each other. The outer primary numbers, again, I color blue. They're outer primary numbers. These are you can call them inner primary numbers or just primary numbers, but these are the outer primary numbers. These are what you get when you use a commutative property to go back and forth across each line to give the numbers on both sides. That's the commutative property. The whole basis of this whole magic ghost number cube relies on the commutative property and the operations of addition and multiplication. Now, this is up for anyone's preference. I went ahead and I wrote the inner secondary numbers. The inner secondary, as opposed to the inner primary, they're secondary. They're built up from adding, in this case, an addition cube to the corners. 1 plus 2 is 3. 1 plus 3 is 4. 2 plus 3 is 5, and you do that for all the corners of this inner cube. But you can start at you can do the outer corners first. You can do the outer secondary numbers, or you can do the inner. It doesn't really matter. So this is the outer secondary numbers. These are 5 plus 7 is 12. 5 plus 9 is 14. And 7 plus 9 is 16. So you can get that from the outer primary numbers alone. You don't necessarily need to do the inner primary numbers first. So that's left open for preference, your own preference. And then the outer primary numbers are again colored orange. And the inner ghost numbers, all the inner ghost numbers are, and they're purple, are the accumulation or the sum, in this case we're in the addition cube, of the octant, the inner octants. I call them octants because there's 8 openings to a cube in space, in 3-dimensional space. And we call quadrants for the coordinate system, for a flat coordinate system, so I call these octants 8. So that's 3, 1, 2, 4, 3, and 5 equals 18 for the purple outer ghost, for the purple inner ghost number. Same applies for each octant. you just get the 6 numbers. In this case, 2, 6, 4, 7, 3, and 5 equals 27. Do that for all these octants, inner octants. And there's 3 ways that you can check the accuracy to determine the accuracy of the cube. An outer octant alone would add up, and it's in yellow. This belt-like structure, the outer octant alone, would add up to the outer ghost number. These spatial diagonals, 4 of them, going across the cube, would act as a, and I didn't draw that line in there, I don't believe, but there's supposed to be a line going from this ghost number to this inner ghost number to this outer ghost number. I did the ghost number down there. So these 4 spatial diagonals, each diagonal adds up to 63 on both sides using the commutative property again. 18 and 45 is 63. 27 and 36 is 63. 36 and 27, 63. And 27 and 36 is 63. And then the last way, or really the first way in my opinion, is to do the triple central ghost number. That's how you determine the outer ghost numbers to begin with. You add 21 in this case 3 times, and that gives the outer ghost number 63. If you wanted to multiply, if you were using a multiplication cube, you would, and it wouldn't be 21, it'd be some other number, a large number. You would multiply that 3 times itself to give the outer ghost number. But this is the third check, and in my opinion, the most important one, because it shows a triple relation to the outer ghost number from the central ghost number. It's 21 added in this case. We're in addition cube 3 times to get 63. So there's 3 checks: outer octant, spatial diagonals, and the triple central ghost number. This gives you the accuracy of, this determines without a doubt the accuracy of the magic ghost number cube. And I'll also include a link to my playlist of my latest research of these magic ghost number cubes, so you can see all the forms that this basic magic ghost number cube can take and how you can apply it to different ways of constructing different forms. And there's many different forms of a magic ghost number cube. And I'll also include this in my latest update to my research playlist, my magic ghost number cube research playlist. Well, thanks a lot.